So what was Tuesday like for you?
What's that?
What was Tuesday like for you?
I mean, it was a interesting day. I mean, shoot, I'm trying to remember what day it is today. Is it Friday today? Thursday. I mean, I'm losing track. No, but it was good. It's good to be out there. Good practice and everything. Yeah, it felt good to be there.
As far as like the pressure, or I don't know, pressure, the tension of the cut down, or did you go into that knowing that you had made? I guess, can you take us through that part of it?
Yeah, I didn't really know what was going to happen. Coming up to cuts or everything, I knew that there was obviously a lot of competition for those last couple spots. So I was just basically waiting to hear any news. And when I got told that I made that spot, I was obviously thrilled about that.
What do you think you did better this year in camp versus last year, Jake? Where did your game improve?
The big thing was being healthy. Obviously, I was battling through my hip injury even during training camp last year, well before I had to go on IR. So it was nice being out there and not being in pain every day, obviously. And I think the big thing was just confidence too. Having a year in the system, being able to know the offense, being able to play fast and with confidence, I think was the biggest thing besides being healthy.
Where did the hip injury come from, or how did that crop up?
I was kind of one of those things that started having just a lot of soreness in my hip that turned into a lot of pain that was just progressively getting worse and worse. So that's what led to it having to get operated on.
The 2-minute drill in Buffalo, the snap, what happened on that, and then at the end with the clock, what happened at the end there?
Yeah, the snap at the beginning was just bad snap. No excuses for that, obviously. Gotta clean that up. Can't be doing that when I'm out there. I obviously know that. And then the delay of game at the end, that was just a little bit of confusion with some D-line movement before the snap when I had my head in between my legs and just trying to, communicate that with my guards. So that was just a little bit of a mishap. Obviously got to improve on that too.
Jake, one thing, just to go back on the hip for a second, is that why you ultimately shut it down when you were on the practice squad last year, where I think you ended up going on the IR list?
Yeah, it was. It was because of my hip.
How much of a difference did you feel just going through the off-season program not that you had one last year, but I mean, just how good did it feel, to be kind of back to healthy again and sort of have a chance to, be on that side of it now? Yeah,
it was really, really beneficial. I was really happy that we were actually able to have OTAs this year, so I didn't have to, come back straight from rehab into training camp. I was actually able to have those 5 weeks of OTAs to, actually run around and, prove to myself that I was healthy and I could still play and all that kind of stuff. So it was really good.
When you have a couple of mishaps like you talked about in the Buffalo game, and the competition for the last couple of roster spots is so close, I mean, are you in the middle of the game, are you thinking, geez, did I just blow my chance to make this team? I mean, like mentally, like what's going through your mind in those times?
Yeah, I mean, when the competition's so stiff, every mistake, you obviously know that could be the difference between you winning or losing a job. So I knew that, doing that first play I got in there obviously didn't help me, but I had, a whole half plus that last drive to play and prove myself. So just tried to, flush that play after it happened, and I was happy with how I played overall, and that's just really how I was going into it, just one play at a time, not looking back on, past plays, just trying to improve going forward.
Jake, how did you spend Tuesday morning? I mean, was it anxious? And then just how did you end up finding out that, you were going to be coming in here and obviously practicing, I think, when you came out?
Yeah. I mean, I woke up in the morning, came into the facility because I couldn't stand, sitting in my house anymore, and was just, hanging out, eating some breakfast, and I got a call from Coach Steno, telling me that I made the 53-man roster. So luckily it was early, but I mean, even the day before, leading up to that was a long day too, since you don't know exactly when you're gonna find out if you made it or not.
What were you thinking when the team drafted Josh Myers?
I was thinking that just got to do what I can control and just play the best I can play. Can't control who the team brings in or who they draft, but just got to play my best and make the most of all of my opportunities.
How's move the guard, or the part-time move the guard, or however you want to put it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I didn't get, obviously, really no opportunities to play guard in college. and very few opportunities last year. So now that I've been able to get a lot more reps in practice, it's been good. I mean, it's been challenging because it's difficult going from center to guard, but yeah, it's been good. Been getting better, every day, every chance that I get to go out there and play guard.
So what's the difference other than the obvious that you don't have the ball in your hand? What's the difference blocking-wise?
Honestly, the biggest thing is space. Playing center for 5 years in college and then mostly in training camp last year, I'm always used to having, nose tackles right over me, having to snap the ball. But, when you move out to guard, having to, back up off the line of scrimmage and just playing with a lot more space proved to be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. But I feel like I've, improved on that a lot and gotten better the more reps I've been able to get.
What's the biggest change for you in this transition from Oregon to here? What's been the biggest part of that transition, and how difficult of a transition has it been?
Probably the biggest transition, honestly, just the playbook and the NFL play style. Just because in Oregon and really colleges in general with spread offenses and stuff like that, never having to go under center in college, except for a couple quarterback sneaks, and not really having to worry about fullbacks blocking in your system. That was definitely a big change coming to an NFL playbook and having to worry about who to ID based off of if we have a fullback in the formation or not, or stuff like that. And then obviously snapping the quarterback under center was a bit of a transition, but I like it a lot more, honestly.
Have you given Corey any tips about how to snap to Justin?
Corey doesn't need any tips from me. He'll be good.